All right, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, is that Craft Chest here with the Ryzen 5 1500X version 1 of 2. And the reason why it's version 1 of 2, this one is the air-cooled version on the CPU. We will come back at a later time and do a water-cooled version to see if we can squeeze out a couple of points on the gigahertz. This CPU right here, currently with the Wraith Spire cooler, is running at 4 gigahertz, 1.41 millivolts, which is a 0.210 bump in the UFEI BIOS. And the motherboard right here is the Gigabyte AB350 gaming motherboard. Got it as a combo with the CPU for $229. That is an awesome price and the determining factor on why I went with the 1500X versus the 1600 or 1700, etc., etc. It just made good sense for what I do with it. Next door to the CPU and the Wraith Spire, we do have the Corsair Vengeance DDR4 3000. And this right here is RGB. As you can see, it's lit up there. And the reason why I went with this, $169, similar RAM and even non-RGB RAM for the same gigabytes, which is 16 gigs, was equal priced, if not more, on different websites. Down here, we have the RX 480. Yes, this is the original first day release. This is the, what is it, XFI? Tuned Radeon RX 480. Reference design, of course. The original versions were. And down below that, we have the AverMedia C985 Live Gamer HD. Not really a necessity of this build, but I've been playing around, tinkering around with that, and hopefully we'll be able to squeeze out a little bit more efficiency down the road. And we will be doing some encoding testing on that whenever I can get the shit to work. It's not working right now for some reason. It just freezes up both OBS and XSplit. Right here we have the CS1311 by PNY. Love this one right here. It's quite simply because for the price, the transfer rates are equal, if not better, than a lot of the gaming SSDs out there. This one is 240 gigs, so you have plenty of room for your operating system, pictures, videos, and a couple of games. And down underneath the shroud, which you're not going to be able to see, of course, is a 1 terabyte Seagate gaming hard drive for both storage and games. And the power supply is a Be Quiet Straight Power 10 or Straight 10 600 is what that is by Be Quiet. Become a big fan of that particular name brand because it's just clean power and it works with the modular design. Love the twin rail system and all that other good stuff about it. The case is the VII or 7W15 LED blue, and as you can see right here around the front as we swing around here, it does have double stacked fans. Originally just the bottom fan was in this build. I took the rear fan and put it in the front because whenever we go with the water block, it's not going to be needed anyway, and it'll give us some better airflow. Now, if that seems a little bright to you, it does come with this fancy tinted shroud, but keep in mind that that will cut down on your airflow significantly because it only takes airflow in through the bottom portion of this, which originally, I guess, would make sense since it was only one fan in it to begin with. You could go with a Dremel and kind of cut out different things here, but we're not going to go through all that. We're just going to leave it like it is, like right here, just like this. All right, and what else can we tell you about this build other than it's awesome? And I have been very impressed. The stream, the chat, everybody in there has been very impressed. They say the stream has never looked better with this build right here, or with any other builds. The streaming PC, 2 PC setup, whatever. And we have run some different tests on bit rates, on streaming configurations, anywhere from 720p 30 frames all the way up to 1080p 60 frames, which I would recommend. I have found the sweet spot being 3550 on the bit rate, 720p 60 frames, and that right there takes your CPU to 69 to 75%, hovering around 70% in-game at max settings. All right, so you can tweak that out and even drop it down a couple of more percentages, but that right there works comfortably, and I've went back and have done some side-by-side comparisons, and that in a visual context on a 1080p monitor, you really don't see the difference. If you're that big of a stickler on watching somebody stream, yeah, Okay, so there you go. If you want to check out any of those video on demands, go to twitch.tv/craftchest_MMO. I'll put a link in the description. And I believe I gave you a full hardware tour of this particular build. I'm very impressed with it. And overall, using parts off the other X4 build, going into this build, we spent a $429, and that's not counting cables for, like, you know, display ports for like this PC so we can have dual monitors. And oh yeah, by the way, that percentage and usage and all that is running dual monitors, streaming, gaming, tabs open, applications open, task manager open to see CPU usage. As you can see briefly right here, I'll show you. It's actually registering at 3.99 gigahertz. In the BIOS, it actually registers at 4.029 or something crazy like that. And there you go right there. You can actually see what we have going on. Yep. Very impressed with it. There's some fish. There's a PC. Here's a craft chest. And it is a craft of the mind. Love AMD. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, AMD, for bringing this to 2017. Woo! Have some more computer. Go out there and have some fun.